Hello. My name is Dawn Kelly, and I thank you for joining me for our Breakups, Divorce, and Oils class. I am divorced, I am a mom, and I'm an essential oil lover. I am currently in a very loving relationship with my boyfriend, Craig. So, why am I doing a class on breakups and divorce? Going through the divorce process was one of the most difficult times in my life and literally an emotional roller coaster for me. During one of my therapy sessions, I was told that divorce was similar to mourning the death of someone, only in some ways more difficult because you didn't have that closure and you weren't saying goodbye forever, especially when you have kids. I teach many classes on essential oils, and during one of those classes, I happened to say, I wish I had these oils during my divorce process. And that's when I realized I needed to do this class. So if you feel comfortable, tell me where you're from. I'm from New York. And if you're going through a breakup, separation, or divorce, let me know in the comments. And if you're watching for a friend or family member that's going through a breakup or divorce, let me know. Grab a paper and pen and maybe a glass of water because I am going to say a few things that I think you might want to write down. I am going to be referencing my notes. I want to try to keep this class as short as possible so people have time to view it. Your time is very valuable, and so I want to make sure that I don't ramble. And I do apologize. I had wanted to do this as a live video, but the live videos are just not working for me at the moment. So this is what we're going to do. All right. So hopefully you got your pen and paper. I am not a doctor. And I'm not trying to claim that any oils will treat, diagnose, cure, or prevent any type of disease, illness, or condition. Know that when I went through my divorce, I did seek counseling, and so there's no shame in that. I highly recommend doing so if you have not done that yet. As an oil lover, I'm going to share how I currently use the oils and how I think they would have helped me back then. Now I have a quote I'd like to share with you. Love your child more than you hate your ex. This quote helped me stay grounded and, in certain decisions that I was making for myself and for my son. Let me repeat it for you. Love your child more than you hate your ex. And I'll do it one more time just so it sinks in. Love your child more than you hate your ex. Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? It's difficult. I'm not saying it's easy. It's difficult. There's one book that I'd like to recommend. Keeping Kids Out of the Middle, Child-Centered Parenting in the Midst of Conflict, Separation, and Divorce by Dr. Benjamin Garber, PhD. If anyone has a quote or a book to share with us, drop them in the comments. Let us know. Share with us. Now, of course, I got through my divorce without these products and supplements that I'm going to tell you about. But even with essential oils, your divorce, your separation, your breakup, it's going to be difficult and there's going to be some challenges. And so having a loving support system really helps, whether it's a friend, a family member, an acquaintance, someone else that's going through a similar situation. And if for some reason you do not have somebody, then please reach out to me and I will be that somebody for you. When you smell an essential oil, it reaches the limbic system of your brain in under 30 seconds. Why is this important when we're talking about divorce and breakups? Well, the limbic system is where our emotions lie in our bodies. Have you ever smelled something and it brought you back to a time and a place? Similar to the same way that music does that. You may really like a smell or you may have a strong aversion to a smell. And sometimes you might not even realize why. So think about, maybe you had an aunt that every time she visited you was wearing the same perfume and she'd come over and she'd squeeze your cheek and give you smooches and kisses. And she just made you feel uncomfortable. Now when you smell that perfume, you get an uncomfortable feeling, or you might just not like the perfume in general. On the flip side of that, maybe every time you went to visit your grandma, she always made you fresh lemonade, and it was always a special treat at her house. Now, when you smell lemonade, it reminds you of grandma, and a smile comes to your face. In knowing this, smelling an essential oil is a powerful way to enhance our emotional lives. They help calm me if I've had a rough day. They can help me feel happier if I'm in a funk. They can help me focus if my brain is going in 20 different directions at the same time. Would you agree that smells bring you back to a time and a place? Can you think back? Does a certain smell bring you back to a time and a place? Throw me an emoji if you agree. Now, this is not a class where I'm going to go through all of the, everything there is to know about essential oils, but there are some basics that I want to just highlight for you. I'm only going to be referencing Young Living essential oils, and the reason for that is that those are the only oils that I am comfortable using on myself and my family. And if you're not sure why you shouldn't be buying your oils from the grocery store or any other type of retail store or other places online, then please reach out to me and I will give you a list of red flags to look for when searching for essential oils. Essential oils can be used aromatically, topically, and internally, and I'm going to be talking about those interchangeably here. Essential oils work differently for all of us. So although one oil might make me more cheerful, it may not have the same effect on you. So you need to be willing to play and experiment with essential oils. Do not put essential oils in your eyes, in your ears, or any other cavities. And when using essential oils internally, make sure you're using glass, stainless steel, or porcelain. Photosensitive oils, like our citrus oils, they will cause a sunburn when you go outside. So you don't want to apply a lemon oil and then go out and garden. I have a cat and I'm an essential oil addict. So when used properly, Young Living oils are safe for our pets. If you're pregnant or on medication, do your research and check with your doctor. Now remember, I didn't have oils when going through my divorce, so this is just how I would use them. Now, anytime I teach a class, I absolutely believe that the best way to get started with Young Living is with the Young Living Premium Starter Kit. It's $165 and it is amazing. So I am going to be going through the oils in the kit as well as 10 other oils and products outside of the kit. So let's get started. Lemon oil. When I went through my divorce, I was not eating properly. Sometimes I would eat really fast, and when I do that, I get a burning sensation. And taking regular lemon oil and applying it topically and rubbing it in would provide me with some relief. Lemon oil is also just so cheerful, and so it is a good one to have in the diffuser. Like I said before, just smelling those citrus oils, when you're going through a divorce or a breakup, it's hard to smile, and so sometimes something as simple as lemon oil can help bring a smile to your face. Stress away. I'm just going to say right now, you just bathe in it. Just put it in your bath every single night. This oil has a way to calm me. I diffuse this or I apply it topically. It's an oil that I just love. There are times I'll apply this now before, if I have to see my ex for different things. I'm going to show you a way that I like to apply it. So I put one drop in the palm of my hand. And then I activate it in my hand. I'll put some behind my ears, behind my neck. I'll rub it in on my arms. And I'll even put it in my hair. And then I will breathe it in. cupping my hands over my nose and mouth. And I will do that a minimum of 3 times, 3 deep breaths in. And it's just a way that I really love to apply the oil and then breathe it right in. Now, to say I was on edge all of the time during my divorce would be an understatement. Lavender. Most nights I would lie awake wondering all of the things. How would this affect my son? How can I afford this house? I don't want to move. Holy cow, I have to move back in with my parents. Now, I love my parents and I appreciate everything they did for me. However, when you're an adult and you have to move back in with them, it can feel like you're taking a step backwards. Does that make sense? Anyone with me on that? If so, give me some love. This is one that I would apply in my ears, my neck, put it in the diffuser, 4 to 6 drops, to run while I was sleeping. Probably every night I would recommend doing that. Let's talk all thieves. Thieves Vitality is amazing for immune support. This is one that I would have loved to have back then, to put a drop in my tea. Now, I was not eating properly. I was not taking care of myself. And when that happens, we are more prone to catch a cold or just not feel good. And so this is one that I would have loved to have back then. Now, I was shaking hands with a ton of people. I would have loved to have this Thieves' Hand Purifier. I was interviewing lawyers, mediators. I was having tag sales. I had to find a new home for our dog. So there was a lot of handshaking going on. And so I would have really appreciated having Thieves' Hand Purifier. Now, Johnny was only 2 and still in diapers. Thieves' Spray would have gone everywhere with me. Just think diaper changing station. This would have been my best friend then, and it can be your best friend now. And if I had Thieves Household Cleaner back then, my house would have smelled amazing. And the cleaning it would have taken me no time at all. It would have been so quick. Now, when I was selling my house, obviously the house had to be clean every single day, every minute of the day. And as you know, with a toddler, that could be difficult sometimes. So I would have loved to have Thieves Household Cleaner, because this is the only cleaner I use in my entire house. So it's so much faster to clean and just go through when you just have one spray bottle. Have you gotten to that point in your divorce where you literally have to account for your income? You have to account for every bill that you have. Basically, every cent you have to write down. That was a task that I dreaded and I put off for the longest time. And if I had to do that now, I'd make some peppermint brownies, and then I'd put peppermint and citrus fresh in my diffuser, and I just would sit down half an hour. I'm sure that would have been done. And of course, the peppermint brownies are just to celebrate getting it done so quickly, and they just taste amazing. Peppermint is an oil that really helps keep me focused, so it's a good one to utilize at work, and I would have used it at work because I would find that when I would get to work, my mind would wander, kind of daydreaming or just thinking about all of the stresses that I had. Now, I just mentioned diffusing citrus fresh and peppermint together. The regular versions it's one of my combinations that I absolutely just adore. But citrus fresh Vitality in my water would have been really helpful. I was definitely not drinking enough water back then, and so this would have made it a little bit easier. This is one that I would have in the diffuser when the realtor was showing the house. Again, citrus fresh, citrus oils just help people be more uplifted, feel happier, and it's such a refreshing scent. It would have been really great to have this running in the diffuser when showing the house. What I would have done to have Panaway essential oil back then. So when selling the house and dividing up all of our belongings, I was in and out of the attic. I was hunched over the boxes. I was doing tag sales. I was dragging bags to the donation centers. My muscles were not happy with me. So this would have been applied on all of those unhappy muscles, my shoulders, my neck, my back, my feet. This would have been amazing support back then. During my divorce, I really struggled with digestive issues, and DiGize could have been really helpful to have then. It's one that I absolutely love now. I wasn't really supposed to eat ice cream, but when I was sad, I'd eat half a gallon for dinner. Johnny and I would go to McDonald's for our meals because I could feed him and me in under $5. And add to that, there were times I just didn't want to eat. Anybody that's dealing with any kind of infidelity type of issues, I literally would get so sick to my stomach that I wouldn't eat for a couple days, and then I would get constipation. DiGize is for all digestive concerns, and so having a couple drops of this in a veggie capsule, I really would have appreciated having this oil back then. Now, I don't care if you are 15 or if you are 95. When your heart gets broken, you get sad. And most of us, when we're sad, we cry. Am I right? I mean, is anyone else crying through their breakups or divorce? When I was going through my separation and my divorce, I cried, and I cried a lot. There were times I cried myself to sleep. There were times that I would wake up in the morning and I just wouldn't be able to breathe. And then add to that I would watch these sappy Hallmark movies to just make me feel even worse, right? So because I was crying so much and I could not breathe, I really would have appreciated having Raven. I would have applied Raven on my chest, on my jawline, to help just open up those airways. Did I mention I wasn't eating well and taking care of myself? I lived on ice cream, McDonald's, cereal, and bagels. At one point, Johnny said, "Mommy, how come all you eat are bagels?" Then I realized, ooh, this is getting bad. Ninja Red is an antioxidant drink infused with essential oils. I don't know how they get so much antioxidant power in this little packet, but it is amazing. It tastes delicious. If I had to choose between oils and Ninja, there is a chance I might choose Ninja. But thankfully, we don't have to go there. But because I wasn't eating well or getting enough water, Ninja Red really would have been great. It would have provided me with some antioxidant support. Frankincense. What a blessing this oil is in more ways than one. Now, because I was stressed out of my mind, I had my hands on my face all the time. I'd be like this or I'd be like this and constantly touching my face. And so my face was not happy with me, and so my skin suffered. So adding a drop to my morning and night moisturizer would have been really great to have. Frankincense is an oil that grounds me and gives me a sense of security that the other oils don't. And so this is one that I really would have loved to have had back then. I would have applied it topically. I would have put it in my diffuser while writing in my journal, or possibly even pairing it with lavender in the diffuser at night to just help calm and relax me. Not sure if I would have used this next oil more on myself or my son, but being that we're not talking about kids tonight, Peace and Calming. This is one I would have applied before going to the lawyer's office, before going to court. I would have applied it before sitting down doing the bills, things like that. This is another one similar to Stress Away that I just absolutely love and find it, it helps me relax. Valor. Man, this is another good one. Another one to bathe in. This is the oil to apply before having to do something that you really don't want to do. So again, court, going to the lawyer's offices, the divorce, the mediator's office, having to have conversations with your ex that you really don't want to. I would have applied this before meeting the new girlfriends. I would have applied this before having to meet up at school events. I would have applied this before family events. Now, my family meant well, but they always, inevitably, every conversation would come back to the divorce and how is everything going and how's this, and ask me certain details. So I would have applied this before going to family events as well. Now, all of the products, besides the Thieves Cleaner, are currently in the premium starter kit. So the ones that we're going to talk about next are outside of the starter kit, but ones that I absolutely love now and would have loved to have back then as well. Acceptance. The name says it all. Going through a breakup or divorce, you have to accept a lot of things. I had to accept that my life was not what I had pictured and what I had planned in my head. I had to accept that my marriage failed. I had to accept that I was moving back in with my parents. I had to accept that Johnny was going to have new women in his life. I had to accept that there were going to be things outside of my control. Like I didn't have a say in what Johnny did when he was with his father. And the hardest was I had to accept that Johnny was going to have experiences that didn't include me. And that was hard. Those were hard to accept. Acceptance oil. White Angelica. This is a great oil to ward off negative energy. And when you are going through a breakup or a divorce, it feels like there is literally a black cloud above your head. So this is one that I would apply to my shoulders, my wrist, my neck. This would have been one to apply before going to the lawyers, before court, before meeting with my ex. Absolutely. Another way that I would have used this is when I was going through my divorce, I watched a lot of Law and Order and Law and Order SVU. Anyone out there Law and Order fans? But what would happen to me is then at night, before going to bed, or I'd wake up in a panic that one of those things was going to happen to me or to my son. So White Angelica can help with warding off nightmares as well. So this would have been helpful to diffuse or apply at night to help keep those nightmares at bay. Not sure about you, but I stayed in the marital home until we sold the house. And so sometimes walking into a room I would get depressed, or walking into a room, it would just remind me of arguments that were had and just make me depressed. Palo Santo is an oil that has been used for centuries to help cleanse evil spirits, misfortune, calamity. So this is one that I would have made a spray bottle with and sprayed it in literally every corner of my home. Also another one that I would have diffused to just help cleanse the home. Joy. This is my happy oil. It's happiness in a bottle. When I apply it on my heart, or really anywhere on my body, I do feel more joyful. When I feel myself going to a negative place, or if I feel myself down in the dumps, this is the oil that I reach for, and it's the one that I like to apply. This one is also really good for the kiddos. A lot of the kids really love Joy oil. Now, Inner Defense, this is a supplement in pill form. When going through a breakup or divorce, your immune system may be compromised, and this is a product you want in your back pocket, so you can stay above the wellness line. There you go, that's what it looks like. It's a little soft capsule. I will take these when I hear that things are going around in the school or at work. Again, one to keep you above the wellness line. Sacred Mountain. This is one of my all-time favorites. This instills a sense of empowerment, strength, grounding and protection. And what could you not need more during a time of a breakup or a divorce? To have all of that wrapped up in one oil, in one bottle, is just amazing, and it smells really good. So this is one that I like to apply topically as well as put in the diffuser. When I get really sad and depressed, all I want to do is sleep. But the crazy thing when going through my divorce was I had trouble sleeping at night. I would be up all night, and then I'd get to work, and I'd be falling asleep at my desk. Super B, looks like this, is a supplement that I do not go without now. It helps me maintain energy levels, consistent energy levels throughout the day. And it doesn't give me a crash like coffee does, or, any other, energy type of thing. So Super B, really, really good supplement. Clarity. So when I was at work and I was supposed to be working on a project or, working on a task, sometimes I would find my mind would really wander. Clarity is one of those oils that helps me keep focus and bring me back to the task at hand and just get it done. So this is a fabulous, fabulous one if you are someone that has to work while still going through your divorce, breakup, separation, which most of us, we gotta work. And so this is one that I would have really liked to have had back then. Now the last one I'm going to talk to you about is this baby, gratitude. When you're going through a breakup, when you're going through a divorce, it's hard to be grateful. When we start focusing on what we have and not what we don't have, we're going to start to be able to move on. And that's where gratitude oil really comes into play. Applying this, diffusing this, starting and ending each day with gratitude, something that you're grateful for, even if it's the little things, be grateful for what you do have. I am grateful that you took the time to spend with me during this class, and I hope that you found some value in it. If you are going through a breakup or divorce, know that you are not alone. Know that you are worthy, that you are beautiful just as you are. You are stronger than you think. You are loved, and you will get through it. You will survive, I promise you. I did. You will come out better on the other side of your breakup. You will come out better on the other side of your divorce. If you have a friend or family member that is going through a breakup or divorce and you're not sure how to support them, then share this with them, and hopefully they'll find some support in this. Reach out to me or the person that invited you to this class to get started. These oils are amazing, and they can help in so many different ways, and using them to support you through your breakup, your separation, and your divorce are just one of the many ways they can help you. So don't hesitate. Anyone that can guess what I'm diffusing today will be put in to a raffle for a before court roller. I will send you. So guess what I have diffusing today in that diffuser there. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to answer your questions. So you can reach me through the comments here, or if you want to reach out to me personally, my email is dmyoungliving@gmail.com. Again, that's dmyoungliving@gmail.com. Or you can reach me on Facebook. Again, my name is Dawn Kelly, and my Instagram is D Kelly, Kelly, 1207. All right. I hope you have a great day. Good luck with everything that you're going through, and remember, you're going to come out stronger on the other side of it. Happy oiling, my friends.